Well, good evening. I have to apologize to you because I sadly underestimated the size of the audience that would be here tonight. I brought 10 handouts. There are more than enough people in the front row, maybe even on one side almost, to cover that. So what I will do, since I brought enough business cards, I think, is if you are interested in some of the topics that I outline here, and that's about all I'll have time to do, I can email you things or give you links to state and national websites that will give you more information on each one of these subjects than you ever dreamed of. We are, first of all, let me state what I usually do when I tell people who I work for. I'm not a meat inspector. But the very fact that we're here at an economic development forum is proof that I don't need to worry about that, and proof that there's a great deal of interest in this city in things regarding economic development, which is a good thing because we have programs that relate not only to economic development but to housing, to energy production, and even to value-added aspects of production agriculture. Like I say, all I'll have time to do is just tell you what these programs are. I've got a few fact sheets that I've attached to the handouts, all emailable, that I can get to you if you're interested in them. The programs that are most basic to us are our housing programs, because we're the old Farmers Home Administration. We're not FHA, that's the Federal Housing Administration, but we have probably since the Depression been famous for building homes in farm and rural communities. And when we say rural, it's not really a misnomer, but the scope is a little bit larger than you'd think, because we work in most cases with towns up to 10,000 population, official population. In some cases, as with some loans I'll tell you about later, we work with communities up to 50,000, but they're very specifically defined. We have basically two home programs. One is what we call a direct loan, and it's single-family home ownership up to about, let's see, I think the loan limit here in Wood County is $129,000. And you're looking at somebody with a family of three in the mid-40s, topped out, that can be eligible for that program. It's a low interest rate. There are interest subsidies and payment subsidies available. It's a good program. We've gotten a lot of people in homes over the years that I've been there. The real star and kind of the real burden right now is our guaranteed rural housing program. The way that works is we work with participating lenders. USDA Rural Development guarantees the loan up to 90% for a one-time loan fee. As part of what the lending institution that participates in that gets, at the very least they get credit on their CRA commitment, their Community Reinvestment Act commitment. The buyer gets just about the lowest loan payments in the industry for either an existing or a newly constructed home. It can pretty much be anywhere you want to put it, as long as you've got a bank that'll work with you, and you can do it according to USDA, which you might as well say HUD standards, or you can find a house that's already built that'll meet those standards. We can work with you. There is no limit in this program to the size or expense of the house that you can build. It's limited only by the ability of the buyer to pay. Let's see, the median income in Texas is such that we've got all but about 15 counties in a situation where the top income limit for up to 4 household members is $73,600. So if you make under that, you can be in this program. The going interest rate is what you negotiate with the lender. I could tell you a lot more about it, but I do need to move on. Suffice it to say that we have put, I think in fiscal 2009, we put a little over $700 million into the state in this program. That's what we leveraged in housing with this program. Let's see, we've got, anybody here interested in apartments as in buying, constructing, building them? You are? Okay. We've got a thing called the 538 program, and it works pretty much like the guaranteed loan program, only for apartments. You can buy existing apartments as long as you're going to rehab them. You can build apartments. Basically, you work with a lender, and USDA guarantees up to a certain amount, 80% of the loan in case something goes bad. That makes the loan very marketable, and it makes the lending institutions, I'll try not to get too much into that, able to make the package a little bit more attractive, because if they want to, they can sell it on the secondary market. There's a strong traffic in that. Retail? Let's see, we've got the rural business and industry guaranteed loans. You can build retail space with that. As a matter of fact, you can satisfy most legal business purposes with that. We have, along that line, we've got a rural business enterprise grant that helps nonprofits and public bodies train entrepreneurs and train people to work in business. We've got a thing called an intermediary relending program, wherein we give a certain amount to a city or a nonprofit entity of some sort, and they loan that back out on a revolving basis. It's kind of a micro loan program, and it's worked pretty well. We've got one going in Winsboro.